Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. I've been meant to. I actually wanted this one to be my first. What up, Neff? I wanted this to be my first episode of the podcast, but Trump came up last night, so I went with the Trump. I'm about to get into it, Neff. And I'm glad you on. I'm glad you on, Lonnie, because some of what I'm about to say, it about Bronny and that whole situation, it goes to more than just him getting in. You can't hit. Oh man, is my volume on here? Hold up. I don't. You can hear me now. My Instagram live be tripping. They be on my page on there. I stay getting hit for all kind of shit I say on Instagram live. But Bronny is the worst. Bronny is the worst draft pick in the NBA history that I've ever seen. From a standpoint of talent, from a standpoint of how he got drafted. A lot of people like, man, it's a great thing to see a black man get his son in the NBA, woot all that. That's good. That's fine and dandy. What I don't respect about it is the fact, one, he didn't earn it. Two, he doesn't deserve it. Three, he's not good. And that opportunity has been given to Bronny over players who have really put that work in to be to that level of play where they earn an opportunity to go on to the next level and show their talent and display their talent at the next level. Bronny James is at best a good overseas player from what I've seen from him. And let me be clear, this is nothing I'm just starting to say because he's in the NBA now. This is something I've been saying for years. I've been told um, I've been told that I'm biased because I don't like LeBron. That whole narrative is bullshit. It's not LeBron that I don't like. It's the delusional fans that make and want LeBron to be better than what he's been. In my eyes, from what I know of basketball and the sport, LeBron is not better than a lot of people skill wise. And when we talk basketball, people always confuse and mix in accolades, accomplishments, stats, the first to do this, the first to do that. If we got into all that, anybody, you can make a case for anybody to be one of them ones. Um, I've always said since I've been watching Bronny and his little brother on YouTube play that I didn't see what the hype was behind Bronny. I seen the hype behind. I seen his little brother being better, but his little brother didn't get the hype that he deserved. He's still not. Bryce is a dog from what I've seen. I've watched Bryce play. Bryce is a dog. I think if you gave him and Bronny one-on-one game right now, 5 games, Bronny might get one game if they play one-on-one. And he's only, what, a junior in high school or South? What is Bryce? I forget what he is. But um, everybody is happy and applauding the nepotism. Oh, when white people do it for their kids, we don't say nothing. Look, bro, this is not Exxon Mobil. This is not Amazon Prime. This is not Wendy's. This ain't Winn-Dixie, Kroger. This is the NBA. You have parents who put blood, sweat, and tears into their kids' development, into them playing for AAU teams, into them traveling on these AAU teams. The parents traveling, the parents making a sacrifice. A lot of parents don't in this day and time, but you have a lot that do. I know a bunch of them. This whole thing about it's great to see that happen. You're comparing an apple to a goddamn peanut. Getting your son on at your job, Cox. If I get my son on at Cox because I worked there for 10, 15 years, that's great. I mean, if that's what my son want to do. The body language I seen from Bronny, he didn't really want to make the move. The one interview he did at the pre-draft camp, when they asked him about him going and making the jump, everything he said went back to, well, my team decided, my team decided, my team. Who was Bronny's team? His daddy. His daddy is his team, and Rich Paul. Those two dudes are doing everything to make LeBron legacy bigger than what it is. His legacy been what it was, shit, 6 years ago. The need and the press with this whole MJ, he's the GOAT, he's better than this one, he's better than that one. They're trying to feed that fuel. They trying to feed that narrative that he's better than all these people because he was able to do this, he was able to do that, he was able to do this. All this, like, that shit just bogus. But what I was saying and what I really didn't like is the fact that you have dudes who really worked hard to get there. And that opportunity was just given to a kid because his daddy was good. And everybody is saying, well, Bronny is going, it's a developmental thing. Okay, let's put the developmental thing into perspective. Bronny James has been a great player for how many years? Bronny is 19. LeBron has been playing in the NBA for 21 years. So that means Bronny has been in the house and has had the guidance of one of the best NBA basketball players ever in home every day. His daddy couldn't develop him. He's 19 and he's been playing ball since what, 4 or 5 years old probably, when you start biddy ball and all that. He's been around Dwayne Wade. He's been around Carmelo Anthony. He's been around Chris Paul. He's been around Anthony Name the amount of players he's been around that has game and been in the NBA and had careers in the NBA, and his game never developed. He's never been the best. He's never been the top 10 of his age bracket. He's never been the best player on his basketball teams that he played on. None of them. He's never been the best basketball player in AAU. He was given a high school, McDonald's high school All-American thing. If I'm not mistaken, I got to fact check that and somebody else can fact check it for me. But I believe LeBron has a McDonald's deal. But that was given to him. Everything is being given and is being taken away from somebody who's right now. They have a kid in the gym who busting his ass right now because he want that opportunity. That's his dream. Those dream. A lot of people who saying, man, if you're a dad, if you're a father, and you don't do that for your son, you fucked up. Well, my son is in the other room, and when it happened, the first thing he said, I didn't even ask him about it. I didn't say nothing about it. When he came to me, he was like, so Dad, did that really just happen? Did they really draft him? I was like, yeah. His words, Dad, the NBA is so fake. That's what it is. It's fake. It's like the NBA it's a business, always been a business, gonna be a business. But at the end of the day, when you break it down and you look at it, the NBA is not about the sport of basketball no more. It's about the money. They saw the money long time ago. They saw the money. They've been saw the money. Bronny is just a bag for the NBA. And everybody thinking, oh, he got money. Man, the NBA has made that 8 point something mil contract. They done made that probably just off his jersey sales alone, if not half of that. So the amount of money they're gonna make, and also the summer league, not the summer league, the G League games. Those G League games, if possible, if at the most may have had 40, 50 people attendance max on a regular basis. Those G League games, if you pay attention, them G League games, they really about to be having seats filled. I ain't gonna say it's gonna be packed, sold out, but damn near every game where Bronny James is playing in the G League game, you're gonna see those arenas attendance go up just for those games. So all the money the NBA been losing on the G League, they about to make some money back off that just using Bronny. They got high school kids right here in Houston that I would have took over Bronny James. And I get it, y'all keep saying it's developmental, but at the same time, if your dad is arguably the best, the GOAT, whatever you want to call him, and you ain't developed into a top 10 high school player, you haven't he shouldn't even been a D1. I don't even he shouldn't even been a D1 recruit. He's 6'2", athletic, but and he not super athletic. Like his dunks, they not like out this world dunks. He don't have out this world athleticism. It's just a mockery of the actual sport of basketball that he was drafted. Because they had a dude on his team at USC, averaged 17 a game, didn't get drafted at all. If you trying to get players in to help you win, and LeBron is selling this whole thing that he's trying to win another ring and bring another ring to LA, well, why would you make them draft your son who's ass? He's saying that his son is better than 90% of the players in the NBA. The amount of disrespect that was in that statement, he wasn't called out enough on it. 90%. That leaves maybe 50 to 60 players. And if you think about the top 50, 60 players in the NBA, arguably top 50, 60 players in the NBA, and then you add Bronny in after that, just say 60. Make a list of the top 60 players and add Bronny in at 61. And then look at all the players after that. And you mean to tell me he's better than any of them players? I'll say this. I can name specifically Herb Jones, Jose, just on the Pelicans, Herb Jones, Jose Alvarado, Trey Murphy. He's not better than them, and they're not nowhere close to the top six. But this is the bullshit that we getting. We got niggas mad. And my dog Black, I don't know how to tag you on that thing right there, but Black Stretch, New Orleans, Black, I'm calling you out because you put that post up today about Rob Dillingham, and this is what you be talking about. Y'all ain't said nothing about Rob Dillingham. And as I told you in my comment, his daddy, the NBA, Rich Paul, they did that to him. It's not the fans that's picking on Brian, picking on a kid, because Dillingham and Bronny, from my understanding, as much as I know, they're the same age. So why you picked on Dillingham? It's not a picking on. It's the NBA. You're an NBA player. Every NBA player is getting scrutinized. Like I didn't see Dillingham game. I didn't see Bronny game. I didn't see none of the stats until I seen the memes. Dillingham played like shit. But in college, Dillingham was one of the best point guards in college basketball last year. Bronny was barely getting off the bench. If you go team by team, Bronny is not better than some third string point guards, some third string shooting guards. How is like it's just to me to know that they have parents, and some parents feel like, well, it was for you, it's for you. I get that, but when you have somebody who's blocking or potentially just taking away that opportunity that could be for you, I'm not respecting that at all. I don't respect that from no man. And I'm a Chris Paul diehard fan. CP3 all day long. That's my favorite player ever. If it was him and his son, I would say the same thing. If I didn't think his son was good enough, if his son only showed that his son Bronny didn't even show he was good enough to be on that team, and which leads me to and go back to the two players that was before Bronny. Both left in the draft. One was drafted, one wasn't. So in my mind, if you at USC and you're the two players who are above you, who starting before you, they leaving. Why are you leaving? You haven't shown, and you got all this scrutiny. Everybody got all eyes on you because your daddy keep putting this pressure on how good a player you are. Keep talking about how great you are, how you better than all these players, and you haven't shown that. Why not stay at USC one more year? See, a lot of this stuff y'all don't even think about. Like y'all just say shit just out of being a fan of LeBron. I don't give a damn who it is. It could be MJ, Kobe. MJ didn't even do it for his kids, and his kids was sad as shit. They was shit stat wise. They was better in a better era of basketball stat wise. Shit, the one of them, the oldest one, he averaged like 6, 8 points a game. But again, don't take that opportunity away from a kid. That opportunity could change an entire family's life. Like you're wealthy. Your kids are well off. You're not hurting for nothing. Why would you take that opportunity from another kid, LeBron, just to give it to your son, just so you can say, I'm the first to play with my son? That's all this was about. It wasn't about no more, no less. If you think it was, then kudos to you. But that's all this was about, for everybody to say, oh, LeBron was the first to play with his son. They had already sent him to the G League. You're going to have, and people, people don't think this whole thing all the way through. Everybody keep talking about mental health, bullying, all this new that then came up that's been going on for years, whatever. Y'all don't think Bronny about to catch hell, like verbal hell? Like when he got drafted, they had thousands of memes already up online talking about and making fun of him. Like if y'all think this 19-year-old kid is not about to catch some hell, like you're gonna have grown men telling him some shit that some of y'all adults wouldn't even want to hear from a player. I've been on the court with some dogs, and it's some trash talking. And I've been telling people this, and I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna name one, Pat Beverly, who talks trash recklessly. If you watch basketball, you know who Pat Beverly is. What do you think Pat Beverly is gonna say if he's ever on the court and have to lock in with Bronny? What you think he's gonna tell a kid? See, we're not thinking about that part. We just thinking about, oh, a black man got his son in the league. There's a bullseye on this kid, and it's his daddy's fault. That's that. That's one part. That's one part of the failure, and he's setting his son up for complete failure. Because what's gonna happen when everybody see he shouldn't be there? It's already being seen. It was already seen. He shouldn't be there. So what's gonna happen when all that falls down? Then what? Like everywhere he goes in public, people, they have some cruel people. I can be one of them myself. If I run across him, I wouldn't do it. If I'm full of that Jameson or something, I might say something. But that's you setting him up for failure, like ultimate failure. But to Instagram, Facebook, I'm about to finish this up on my podcast. If you want to hear the rest of it, go to In Real Life Though on YouTube. Check this out. The rest of my take on this will be on there. Thank y'all for checking in. Where was I at? So, um, yeah, it's a mockery of the sport of basketball to me. It's a slap in the face to all the parents who put that hard work in with their kids to help see their dream come true, and to have players like that selected. I would respect it if it was a player who averaged 12 points, was a starter 3 years, something like that. But yeah, that's just horrible. On top of that, when it comes down to the social world we live in now, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever, all he's not gonna be able to just move around and be have a normal interaction with people because his daddy put this bullseye on his back that he didn't need, he didn't deserve. People may say, man, you tripping, you going too far. But this is real life. Like we live in a social world. Social media runs the world pretty much right now. Everything we do is surrounded some kind of way around social media. So unless he just becomes obsolete to social media, doesn't move around in public too often, Bronny James is going to catch hell because of a decision that his dad made to uplift himself and not think about his child and what he's going to go through. And again, if you just popping in, if you just get into this has nothing to do with me disliking or liking LeBron. I think LeBron is a great player. I have him listed where I have him listed. That's another video I'm gonna run. It's distasteful. It's crazy for him to do that to his own child. And again, like I said, this is no bias speaking. I believe Bryce is going to be, if where he's at now, and if he continues to get better, Bryce is going to be scary come his senior year. He's going to be a problem. He's a problem now for a lot of kids his age. And I've been saying that since I've been seeing him on the internet. He's been he's been more standout to me from a basketball perspective than Bronny ever was. And when you look at basketball, you look at the players in the NBA, you have at least, the way the NBA is now, you have at least 4 or 5 guards alone on every team. If we go down team by team, which I'm not gonna do that one on, I'm not gonna do that here on this one, but if we go team by team, Bronny doesn't match up well against none of them dudes. Like a lot of them dudes will dog him on both ends of the floor. A lot of y'all compared it to what Archie Manning did with Peyton and Eli. Or was it just, it was just Eli, it wasn't Peyton. With Eli. For one, Archie was out of the game. Archie was never that good. He was good, but not that good. He's never been talked about as like top 10, top 20, top 5 quarterbacks of all time. He's never had those accolades to be that. People knew he played. He became a businessman or whatever he did after he stayed around the game. But what he did with Eli, that was totally different. He just said they didn't want him to play in a certain city. So y'all comparing again an apple to a peanut. It's not the same. Archie Manning wasn't on an active roster saying, hey, my son is better than 90% of the rest of the football players. We need to draft him over here. Stop using that comparison. It's horrible. We've never seen this horrible happening in any sport. Never. There's nothing you can compare it to, because at the end of the day, Eli was a dog in college. Eli earned his draft spot. And for the most part, he was good enough to say where he wanted to play and didn't want to play. Same thing with Kobe Bryant. 1A, MJ, 1B, Kobe. That's my take. I'll get into that one again later on another video. Kobe was able to pick where he wanted to go. He was that good. In hindsight, at the time, people didn't see it, but yeah, he was that good. And to say that none of this is being given, anybody who say this was earned, and anybody who say Bronny is NBA talent, NBA ready, you really need to come out of the closet of fanism behind LeBron. Like I said, I can go grab a kid out of this Houston area that's better than Bronny right now in high school. Y'all got to stop the attacks on fathers. And it was a meme came out the first day. I forget the exact wording, but if you didn't agree with what LeBron did, you're a deadbeat father. MF, whoever thinks, agrees with, feel that way, I don't care what relationship we have, a huge MF to you, because not only am I a great father to my own, but I've been playing a father role in other kids' lives. I'm there for other kids. Like, y'all getting too disrespectful with this shit. That's disrespectful to any parent to say, if you don't agree with somebody giving their child something they don't deserve, then you're a deadbeat. Because my response to that is, if you're just giving your child any and everything that they want or you think they should have, you're not that good a parent. That's my opinion. And we've seen the result of kids just getting their way and how spoiled and entitled that turns out to be. So y'all reacted to this too emotionally from a fan perspective. Y'all didn't think from a human side. Y'all didn't, like, the social media shit got people twisted. Like, people just all emotion, no thought. Put some thought into anything you say you do, because once you put that out in this world, it's hard to take that back. And I'm not saying nobody need me for shit. Nobody. But I was watching people who were sharing that and posting it. It's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this one up. To all my people who's on Facebook Live, on Instagram Live, I appreciate y'all time being there with your comment, supporting. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, share, do all that magical stuff for me. I appreciate y'all. I'm out.